Good morning, students. Hope all of you are fine and you have enjoyed the Tej celebration. So, beta, this lecture is also in the continuation of chapter 3, and name of the chapter is Poverty as a Challenge. So, till now we have discussed about the interstate disparity in last lecture, and beta, today we will discuss the topic that is global poverty scenario. This is the topic global poverty scenario. So, like in previous topic, we read about the interstate disparity, that how the level of poverty is different among different states. And today we will read about the global poverty scenario, the proportion of people in developing countries living in extreme economic poverty as defined by the World Bank, that if they are living on less than $1.25 per day, has fallen from 43% in 1990 to 22% in 2008. Although if we find out better, there is a declining trend, there is a reduction in the global poverty, but still there are so many regional differences. Like poverty declined in China and even in Southeast Asian countries as a result of the rapid economic growth. But still, so many number of poors are there. Like if we talk about in the countries of South Asia, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, the decline has not been as rapid as it is at the global level. So, despite there is a decline in the percentage of the poor, the number of poor has declined marginally from 61% to 36% in 2008. But because poverty line definition, poverty in India is also shown higher than the national estimate. And like earlier also I was telling you that the poverty percentage as well as the absolute poverty, means number of poor people, both are different things, because absolute figure, it depends on the population base, and as we know that population of India is very large. So, in the same way, in sub Saharan Africa, poverty in fact rose from 51% in 1981 to 47%. And in the same way, poverty has also resurfaced in some of the former socialist countries like Russia. It means in earlier in few countries that poverty was declining, but now in countries like Russia, again it is increasing. And officially it was non-existence. And even if we see this table 3.2 beta, it shows the proportion of people living under poverty in different country as defined by the international poverty line. It means the population below dollar who is earning $1 a day. So let us focus on this table. Like in Nigeria, 62% of population is under that. In Bangladesh 43%, in India 25%, in Pakistan 13%. So all this is the human development report of different countries. So this way we can compare a level of our country at a global level, right? So, and beta, if you will see this bar graph, this is also given here. It is related to the interstate disparity. See here beta. So beta, as we know that India's all India poverty level is 21.9%. And see, if we see this Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, West Bengal, and Karnataka. Beta, all these states are below poverty level. Means what? All these states are at a good level if we compare it with the poverty line of India. But these states, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Odisha and Bihar, beta, these have the poverty level higher than the average rate. So that is why these states come under the poorest state. Right? Now we will start the next topic, beta. Like see, these more graphs are given just to make this topic more understandable. Right? Now the very important topic of this chapter is the causes of poverty. What are the causes of poverty? Right? So beta, there are a number of causes for the widespread poverty in India, and one very historical reason is the low level of economic development under the British colonial administration. And as we know that why there was the low level of economic development, beta, India was under British rule for more than 200 years, and during that time all the wealth was drained to Britain and nothing was done for the economic development of India, and even the raw material basic things, those were also moved to Britain. And even the policies of the colonial government ruined traditional handicrafts and discouraged development of industries like textile. So this was the most prominent reason of the low rate of economic growth in India, and even this resulted in less job opportunities and low growth rate of income, and even economic rate was low and population growth was high, which created a wide gap. And even the failure of both the fronts, promotion of economic growth and the population control, it just increased the vicious cycle of poverty. As we have read earlier also that various dimensions of poverty, like poverty is a multi-dimensional problem. It gives birth to other problems also. So even continuously new measures are taken to eradicate the poverty, like with the spread of irrigation and the green revolution. Many job opportunities were created in the agriculture sector, but the effects were limited to some parts of India. Like this agriculture, this green revolution, it was prominent in North India. And the industries both in the public and the private sector, they provide some jobs, but it is not enough for this large size population of India. So even graduate people, they are unable to find proper jobs in cities. Many people, they started working as rickshaw pullers, vendors, construction workers, domestic servants, and even with irregular small incomes, these people couldn't afford expensive housing. It means more and more person, they are just coming below poverty line. So these people, they started living in the slums on the outskirts of the city. As you know that they are not getting the basic sanitation facility or the clean water in the slums. So it is just creating more health problems in the society. So even another feature of high poverty rates has been the huge income inequalities. And one of the major reason is the unequal distribution of land and other resources. Even despite so many policies are introduced by the government, but we have not been able to tackle the issue in a meaningful manner. Major policy initiatives like land reforms, which aimed in redistribution of assets in rural areas, have not been implemented properly. And even since lack of land resources, it is the one of the major causes of poverty in India. And even whenever the government is introducing new policies, whatever results are expected from those policies, those are not coming. And even many other socio-cultural and economic factors are also responsible for poverty. So what are those socio-cultural factors? Beta, these are the religious ceremonies. Even people who are very poor in India, but they also spend on the religious ceremonies and on even on the different festivals also. And even small farmers, they need money to buy agriculture inputs like seeds, fertilizer, pesticides. But since they don't have any saving, so they borrow, and most of the time they borrow money from the local money lenders. And most of the time they are unable to repay because of poverty, and they become victims of indebtedness, and for their whole life they just no, they are not able to repay their loan. So the high level of indebtedness is both the cause and effect of poverty. So beta, all these are the basic reason, basic causes of poverty. Now the next topic, it is about the anti-poverty measures. Means what steps are taken by our government to eradicate the poverty. So like since our independence, removal of poverty has been one of the major objectives of Indian developmental strategy, and the current anti-poverty strategy of the government is based broadly on two planks. One is the promotion of economic growth and the second is targeted anti-poverty programs. Beta, just to eradicate poverty, so many schemes are launched. Means like the setup of small scale industries, setting up of cottage industry. Now the government is promoting small scale and very small scale industries, and just to promote this, various training is also provided. So this way, government is doing a lot to eradicate poverty. There are some more measures that is government doing, that we will discuss in next lecture. That how government has introduced so many like minimum employment schemes. So all this topic we will discuss in next lecture. Hope all of you have understood the topic. Thank you and have a nice day.